Guys, in this video we're going to be doing a speed test and benchmarking performance test of this Samsung Galaxy S4. This is the octa-core version, which means it has 8 cores inside of this thing, more than my computer has, and the GPU is pretty powerful as well. This is also running 4.2.2 Jelly Bean. So to get this started off here, I'm going to show you guys some quick little things on how fast and fluid this Galaxy S4 is. I haven't experienced any lag so far with this. Everything runs well, the notification center pulls down easily, everything is just silky smooth. Now, folders and everything is also really smooth, and I just haven't experienced any lag so far with the phone. Now to make sure our benchmarks run perfectly well, we cleared all of the applications out there, and now the first one here is Quadrant. We're going to start this test off here, and it goes through all of the cool benchmarking things, and you can see down there frames per second, we're sticking at 60. Now our final score was 12,625, way above the other scores on there, including the HTC One X. Next we're going to check out Geekbench 2 and how the benchmarks turn out on this. Now this is a very high score of 3547. Now to compare this to other devices that Geekbench has in its system, this Samsung Galaxy S4 scored way higher than even the Nexus 10 and the LG Nexus 4 and the Galaxy Note 2. And if we scroll down even further, you can see that this Galaxy S4 actually scored almost 2,000 points higher than the previous generation Galaxy S3, so that's very impressive. Next, we're checking out 3D Mark. We're running the extreme version of this test to make sure we have the best possible test we can get to benchmark this phone, and it turns out that this phone gets a score of 6431, which is very high. Again, this phone is definitely scoring high in all of these benchmarks because this phone has lots and lots of high quality hardware inside of the phone itself. Moving on to the next benchmarking application here, we're using AndroBench to see the read and write speeds of the Galaxy S4. Now the read speeds are really high, but the write speeds are kind of low. We're getting about 22 megabytes per second here, but moving on to the actual read speeds, we got a score of 129.5 megabytes per second, which is way higher than the HTC One and the Nexus 10. Now checking out some things with the browser, I used the stock browser to do the HTML5 test, and this scored 468 points out of 500 total points. And now I moved over to Chrome, and it scored 415 out of a total of 500 points. Moving on over to BrowserMark, I used the stock browser again, which scored 2571, which is 98% better than all phone browsers according to them. And now going over to Chrome, I scored 2707, which is 99% better than all phones that have done this test. Alright guys, that wraps up this video. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Tell me what you think of this phone in the comments section below. This phone is silky smooth and it runs very well. It scores really high in benchmarks. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.